Oh! So, the Golden Globes were last night, and while I was sitting on this here sofa watching them with my own eyes, I realized that there are celebrities in this world, and that I've met a few of those things. So today we'll be looking at every celebrity I've had the honor, and sometimes dishonor, of meeting. Psst, psst. Where's Bob Odenkirk's Golden Globe already? God dang it! Why am I whispering into this mic? It's not even turned on. Number 1, Nick Castle. If you know me and you know me well, then you might know that my favorite movie, or favorite horror movie for that, is Halloween, the original 1978 Halloween. And Nick Castle is the man who plays Michael Myers behind the mask in that original film. I met him at a Monsterpalooza horror convention not too long ago, and it was a great, god damn my phone, it was a great honor in meeting him. Horror conventions are a great place to go to, you know, see some of the great artwork that, you know, people have done, meet other horror fans, or other people, you know, who like horror films, and really just meet all the people and talented cast and crew that are behind some of your favorite films. And I'll be talking a lot about horror conventions in this video, or people I've met from horror conventions, because those are really the main places that I've gone to meet these celebrities. Number 2, the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman is coming to get you! I met WWE legend The Boogeyman at a horror convention called Dark Side in Riverside, which is put on by the same people who do Comic-Con Palm Springs every year. About 2 years ago. There was going to be another one last year, but due to an unforeseen virus, I don't think there was a, you know, the second year didn't happen. But anyways, Boogeyman, nice guy, nice man. He dressed up in full costume, full makeup, which is very surprising considering, you know, he wasn't wrestling nobody. Maybe he's just a real boogeyman. Sticking on the wrestler train, wrestler grind, Rob Van Dam, one of a kind. Me and my brother met RVD at a the Frankensons collectible show up in Pasadena. No, not Pasadena. It's somewhere up north. I live in San Diego. It's up there, so it's by LA. It's up there, but it's a lot of fun. Frankensons, I think more and more people are getting to know about Frankensons each and every year, and more people go to it, which means more business for them. And it's a really fun place where you get to check out cool comics and cool toys and stuff. And I got to meet RVD, who was signing autographs there, and he signed a belt for me, but he didn't sign it to Xander, my name. He signed it to Xandrew. And ever since then, my family has been calling me Xandrew at every chance they get. And I spent a lot of money to meet him, and he signed my belt wrong. God dang it. What is that? What is that? That's not my name. It's not my name. Number 3, 4, and 5. Charles Cyphers, PJ Souls, and John Michael Graham, Bob Linda, and Chief Brackett from the original Halloween film. As I've said before, Halloween is my favorite horror movie of all time, so I had to meet the original cast. And I got them to sign this great old script of mine, a Halloween script. You got PJ Souls, who played Linda. Totally. You got Charles Cyphers, who played the Chief Brackett. And also, lastly, certainly not least, you got John Michael Graham, who played Bob. And see in this photo, I'm wearing some groovy glasses. Those are the real glasses that are from the original film. And he kept them all these years, and he let me wear them. What a lad. What a nice guy. What a convention. Halloween, 40 years of terror? 40 years of something like that. It was the Halloween 40th anniversary convention in Pasadena. And that was a good old time. Number 7, I think I'm not doing numbers anymore. Number something. Ziggy Marley. Now this one was a bit of a weird one. The son of Bob Marley was just passing by at a Comic-Con, and me and my mom ran into him. And he said, "Hi, hello, how you doing?" And we were like, "Oh my god, it's Ziggy Marley. He has some fantastic music, just like his dad. Why don't we take a picture?" And my mom was like, "Take a picture of me, son." And I was like, "Okay, Ma." And so I got her phone and I went, and she said, "All right, thank you." And then he went on his merry way and we went on ours. And she looked back at the picture and it was blurry. It was so, I'm joking. It was so blurry. And I felt so bad. And she was all like, God dang it, you... Smack, whap. You didn't get a good picture of Ziggy Marley me. She didn't hit me, but I deserved it. I deserved that. I deserved a hit in the face. Up next, Danny Trejo. Trejo's Tacos! We were checking out of our hotel up in LA, and we were checking out, and we were walking back to our car, me and my family, and while we were waiting for our car, there was Danny Trejo, and he was waiting for his car too. And we were all like, "Oh my God, you're Danny Trejo. You're from like every movie ever." And then he's all like, "Yeah, man, I am." And then we're like, "Can we take a picture?" And he was all like, "Yeah, man, you can." And we all did. That's it. That's the end of the story. Nice guy. Been wanting to go to Trejo's Tacos ever since, but I haven't got the chance. But we will get there one day, Danny Trejo. Don't you worry. Next up, we got Ari Lehman and Kane Hodder from the Friday the 13th franchise. I bought this cool poster on Amazon from the great artist Scott something. I can't read this. I'm sorry, Mr. Artist, but you did a great print here. So I got Mr. Kane Hodder and Ari Lehman to sign this poster for me, and Ari Lehman played the original Jason Voorhees as the little boy in Friday the 13th Part 1, and Kane Hodder played Jason Voorhees in Part 7, 8, 9, and 10, Jason in Space. When I met Kane Hodder at a Monsterpalooza convention, he seemed preoccupied with something else. Something else came up, something else was happening, and when I met him, you know, he didn't seem too enthralled to meet me. Maybe he just had a long day. He was just like, nah, sign it. I'm taking a picture with this kid. I don't know. But every interview I've seen with the guy, he seems like a super nice and chill dude. Maybe I just caught him at a bad day. I don't know. Whatever it was. But Ari Lehman, he was a great guy. And he talked to us for like a whole 10-15 minutes about the Friday the 13th films. Because he had nobody in his line. Except for me. So we just chilled. And that was pretty cool. Meeting the very first and one of the most famous Jasons. Alright, we're throwing it back a little bit. Old school time to one of the very first people I ever met. DJ Lance Rock from the hit show Yo Gabba Gabba. Seriously though, who doesn't like Yo Gabba Gabba? Filled with so many guest stars and bright lights and memorable music and songs. Yo Gabba Gabba was every kid and even every parent's dream show. It had all the cool hip funkiness, and DJ Lance Rock was at the center of it all. I was waiting in a line at Comic-Con with my mom, and I was like, oh my God, why are we waiting in this line? I want to go see the Star Wars booth. I want to go over there. I want to go to I want to buy some Legos. And she was all like, no, it's got to be worth it. We're going to stand in this line. And it felt like hours and hours. When you're a little kid, you know, standing in lines like that just feels like it's taking up your life. So I was just like, oh. And then by the time we got to the front, I was like, oh my God, that's freaking DJ Lance Rock. Let me take a picture. Let me take a selfie. I don't think selfies were the word selfie wasn't invented back then, but you know what I mean. Next, I met Tom Atkins. Great leading man from the 80s from such hits like Lethal Weapon and The Fog, and most notably, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Probably the most hated Halloween film because it didn't have Michael Myers in it at all. It was just, you know, a random story about masks that come to life and eat you alive, basically, on Halloween night. And there he is, right in the front. He got that little signed picture by him. I met him at the Halloween convention, the 40 Years of Terror or something. And, oh my gosh, he was a pretty cool guy. I feel like I keep saying cool guy for everybody, but he really was, okay? He was super chill and nice, and, that's, Halloween 3 is like one of my mom's favorite movies of all time. All time. It's not one of my favorite movies of all time. I still like the original Halloween, but she was super jealous when I got to meet him, and she still is, as far as I know. Next up, I met the Impractical Jokers. Me and my old friend Kai Delgadillo, who is super racist, stayed in line all day at their Comic-Con event a couple years ago to meet them. And while we were waiting in line, there was a fight between two people who were fighting over spots. Like, I was here first. No, I was here first. and it almost got physical. They were cussing the heck out of each other, and this was Comic-Con, folks. And it got so bad that security had to come and like split them up before they started beating each other up. And they both had kids, and it was just a mess. But I just remember that. I'll never forget that. But anyways, met the Impractical Jokers. We went on stage. They had like this huge giant like stage set up, and they were like throwing t-shirts out into the audience and stuff like that. And we got to meet them. They're all sitting down on a table, and my brother didn't. Oh, sorry, I got this little poster signed. I went to go get a poster from like this little thrift memorabilia podium shop stand that they had set up. And then I was like, I'd like one poster, please, to have him signed. And he was all like, well, you're in luck, young man, because we have only one poster left, and that's the display poster. $20 or $10. And I was like, ah, sweet. So I got the last one. And who doesn't love the Impractical Jokers movie? No, wait, nobody liked that one? Oh, neither did I. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of a rapid fire speed round because I don't want this video to get too long, because, you know, people start to tune out during these kinds of videos, and I want to save the very best for last. Alright, so next up, I met Lou Temple, who played Axel on The Walking Dead. Actually, technically, my brother met him. He got to pay for, you know, the signature, whatever. He signed a photo for my brother, who was a big fan of him in The Walking Dead. And but he wanted the whole family in the picture, so we all took a picture with him, and he made us strike a superhero pose. He was like, "You guys, what's your favorite superhero?" And I was like, "Batman," and my mom was like, "Superman," and then or Iron Man, and then he was like, "All right, strike your favorite superhero pose," and then we all did, and then he was like, "All right, thank you guys," and it was a little strange, but anyways, Linda Blair. Many people will be afraid to meet her, knowing her from The Exorcist, the scariest freaking movie of all time. But it was a real treat. My sister was cosplaying as Billy the Puppet, or Jigsaw, from the Saw franchise, and she was riding around, and Linda Blair saw her, and she said, "Oh my God, I love your daughter's costume." And my mom was like, "Ah, thank you. We were just about to meet you. We're about to pay some money to meet you." She said, "Oh, don't worry about the price. That costume was worth every penny. I'll give you guys a picture for free." And we were like, "Oh, you're so kind." And that was it. That's our family photo with Reagan, the Exorcist. Next up, we got Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark. At the time of meeting her, I didn't really, fully understand who she was exactly. I knew she had her own primetime show where she introduced old horror movies back in the 80s and 90s. But then I was like, I had seen some of her clips, but then I saw Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, her movie from the 80s, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's who I met. Oh man, that's amazing. But she was pretty nice. She wasn't in costume like the Boogeyman, but who cares? And then we got John Murdy, the creative director of Halloween Horror Nights. I'm not quite sure if he's a celebrity per se, but I got to meet him just passing by. He was put on a panel a little bit before that, and he was talking about, his next projects he was working on at the infamous Halloween Horror Nights event in LA and Florida, basically. And he's kind of like the director of both of them. And I love Halloween Horror Nights. Oh my God, we have such a fun time. I've always wanted to go there with my friends. I've always gone there with my family, but never my friends, because my friends are too flippin' scared. I need friends who aren't scared of things. Here's a little book I found that I made not too long ago called Autographed Items. And inside is basically just like this scrapbook kind of thing, full of signed pictures and stuff from people I've met. I'm not sure if they all kind of celebrities. See, I met this guy who was like, this big Blair, who was like, the artist for this comic book, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the artist for Godzilla comic book. So it's just, some little things. Oh God. We went to Monster Jam when I was little, and I got to meet some of the drivers from Monster Jam. I drew this photo and I gave it to the driver of Maximum Destruction. I was like, "Can you sign it?" I was like a little kid, and he did. 2013. I guess I wasn't too little. I was only 7, 8 years ago. And And then I met the driver of the Hot Wheels car and the Captain Curse car. Those aren't celebrities, are they? Are they? Method Man of the Wu-Tang Clan. This is a weird story. We were standing in line at Universal Studios for the Despicable Me ride, the 4D ride, and then here's Method Man that comes up by himself out of nowhere, and then he's just riding the ride. He's just riding the ride by himself, and we were standing in line, and my mom turned around and she was like, "Oh my God, Method Man, Wu-Tang Clan." And then I was like, "Oh, I know Wu-Tang Clan. My mom always talks about them. We listen to their music all the time." My dad was there, and he was all like, "Oh my God, Wu-Tang Clan," and because my dad's a huge music lover, he has his own record shop, and then so they were like, "Oh my gosh, have to take a picture," and then we took a picture, and so technically I didn't really meet him too much. It was more of my mom and dad that were freaking out, but I met the whole cast and crew of this indie horror film called The Houses October Built. Now, I've been talking about this one for a while, and not a lot of people seem to know what this one is. It's just a little horror film. It's like a found footage horror film about people that are going around to the craziest and spookiest and scariest haunts in the world, in the country. And I got to meet the whole cast at my very first horror convention I ever went to. They said, "Buy a shirt, get a free picture and a free sign poster from all of us," and I got to pose with them. And I don't know where that free picture is. I've been looking for it forever, where that picture is of me and the whole cast. But that goes right up here. That's kind of like my wall of signed things. I have more signed things, but I just... God, stay! And now, lastly, but certainly not least, the person of my childhood, the voice of my childhood, the one I've been waiting to meet my entire life. I finally met him at Comic-Con Palm Springs a few years ago, and that man is Tom Kenny. If you don't know who Tom Kenny is, then get out! No. But Tom Kenny is the voice of the one, the only SpongeBob SquarePants, among many other characters. I know he's Squanchy and Rick and Morty, but he's voiced so many people. He's voiced somebody on Powerpuff Girls, and oh my God, I can't even think of everything he's voiced. But he's a man of 1,000 voices, just as Lon Chaney was a man of 1,000 faces. He's that great. Got to meet him. There you go. There's the pic. Oh God, I didn't really know what to say when I met him. But he did the SpongeBob voice. He went, I can't do it. But he did the voice, and then I was like, it's just crazy to meet you, sir. I've been watching SpongeBob forever. I don't think I said those words, but I thought it in my mind. Because it's hard to, it's strange when you meet somebody that you're used to just, seeing on TV for so long or in movies for so long, because you're taken back a little bit. You're like, oh, well, these people are just like us, and it's good to treat them like that. Not all celebrities are like royalty. There's people that like praise celebrities beyond anybody and anything else, and it's good to admire their work and their talents and whatnot. But I just get taken back sometimes by all these people that I meet, and I swear I'm missing a few. I know that I've met a couple others, but these are just from the top of my head that I've met. So anyways, thank you for watching the video. I might do another video if this one gets enough attention. Every celebrity I've seen with my own eyes. I didn't get to meet them, but I saw them, and I was like, oh my, is that Nick Cannon over there? Whatever. I did see Nick Cannon though. Alright, everybody, smash that subscribe button, dude!